because every star has a story to tell. Song Il-kook, more than a hero on screen. For many viewers, Song Il-kook is remembered as a powerful figure. A warrior, a king, a man who carried history on his shoulders. On screen, he embodied strength, loyalty, and sacrifice. But beyond the armor, the titles, and the dramatic lines, there is a life story far quieter, yet far more meaningful than most people realize. This is not only the story of an actor. It is the story of a man born into history, raised with responsibility, and tested by expectations long before fame ever found him. From a childhood shaped by legacy and discipline, to years of slow and unnoticed effort in the entertainment industry, from becoming a national icon through historical dramas, to making one of the rarest choices in show business, placing family above everything else. Tonight, we explore the complete life of Song Il-kook. From his roots in education, to his rise to fame, his marriage outside the spotlight, his journey as a father of three, and the values that guided him long after the cameras turned away. Some men are remembered for their roles. Others are remembered for their choices. This is the story of Song Il-kook. Stay with us until the end. Song Il-kook. The actor, the father, and the meaning of legacy. Childhood and family background. Born into history and expectation. Song Il-kook was born on the 1st of October 1971 in Seoul, South Korea, into a family whose name is deeply intertwined with modern Korean history. He is the grandson of Kim Jwa, a controversial but highly influential political figure in post-liberation Korea. Kim Jwa was widely known for his strong nationalist stance, his turbulent political career, and his larger-than-life public image. Long before Song Il-kook appeared on television, his family name already carried political memory, division, and public scrutiny. More significantly, Song Il-kook is the great-grandson of Kim Jwa, one of the most respected independence movement leaders in Korean history. Kim Jwa was a prominent anarchist, activist, and a legendary general who led armed resistance against Japanese colonial forces in the early 1900s. He is remembered as a symbol of sacrifice, discipline, and uncompromising patriotism. This lineage alone placed Song Il-kook under a unique kind of expectation. He was not simply born into a family. He was born into history. His mother, Kim Ul-dong, further reinforced this connection between public life and responsibility. She was both a former actress and later a National Assembly member of South Korea. Through her, Song Il-kook witnessed firsthand the discipline of public service, the scrutiny of public opinion, and the consequences of living a life exposed to judgment. Growing up, his household emphasized duty over comfort, self-control over indulgence, and reputation over personal desire. Fame was not encouraged as a goal. Instead, behavior was constantly measured against the family's historical legacy. Song Il-kook has spoken in interviews about the pressure of carrying his family name. As a child, he learned early that his actions did not represent only himself. They reflected generations before him. He also has a younger sister, who, like much of his family, has remained largely outside the public spotlight. This further illustrates a family culture that valued privacy and restraint over visibility. From a professional and psychological perspective, this background explains much of Song Il-kook's later presence. His calm demeanor, measured speech, and dignified posture were not shaped primarily by acting technique. They were shaped by a lifetime of awareness that his conduct mattered. When audiences later saw him portray kings, generals, and historical heroes, they were not only watching an actor performing authority, they were watching someone who had lived under its weight since birth. Education and early life. Choosing his own path. Despite his family background, Song Il-kook did not follow a political or business career. Instead, he chose acting, a path filled with uncertainty and public exposure. He studied theater and film, approaching acting as a craft rather than a shortcut to recognition. During his academic years, he focused on technique, voice control, and understanding character psychology. This decision was not easy. Acting did not align naturally with the expectations placed on someone of his background. But rather than rebelling, Song Il-kook pursued his goal quietly and seriously. This phase of his life is crucial. It shows a man determined to build something on his own merit, not on his family name. First steps into acting, years before recognition. Song Il-kook began his acting career in the late 1990s. His early roles were small and unremarkable to the public. He appeared in supporting characters, often overshadowed by more commercially appealing actors. There were no instant breakthroughs, no sudden fame, but behind the scenes, he was known for preparation and professionalism. Directors noticed his discipline, reliability, and ability to carry emotionally demanding roles. From an industry perspective, this period reflects a long-term mindset. Song Il-kook was not chasing stardom, he was building a foundation. Breakthrough and rise to fame, the birth of a national hero. Everything changed when Song Il-kook took on historical roles that resonated deeply with Korean audiences. Through characters rooted in Korean history, he portrayed honor, loyalty, and sacrifice. His performances felt authentic, grounded, and emotionally restrained. Audiences did not see him as merely acting history. They saw him representing values they respected. With fame came pressure. He was no longer just an actor. He became a symbol. Expectations grew heavier with every successful role. As a commentator, one can observe that Song Il-kook carried this burden with dignity. He did not exploit his image, nor did he allow fame to redefine his identity. Peak of fame and public image. Strength without excess. At the height of his popularity, Song Il-kook was one of the most trusted faces on Korean television. His image stood for reliability, masculinity rooted in responsibility, and emotional control. Unlike many celebrities, he avoided scandals and unnecessary exposure. This was not accidental. It reflected a clear boundary between public duty and private life. In an industry driven by constant visibility, this restraint made him stand out even more. Personal life and marriage. Choosing stability over spectacle. Song Il-kook's approach to love was as deliberate and restrained as his approach to life. In 2006, at a time when his career was steadily rising, he was introduced to Young Seung-yeon, a woman completely outside the entertainment industry. She was a highly educated legal professional, later known publicly as a judge. From the beginning, their worlds were fundamentally different. There were no on-set encounters, no shared screen chemistry, no media-driven romance. They met through a mutual acquaintance, and their relationship developed slowly and privately. What connected them was not fame or status, but shared values, discipline, responsibility, and a clear understanding of what a stable life should look like. After 2 years of dating away from public attention, Song Il-kook married Jung Seung-yeon in 2008. The wedding itself reflected his character. It was simple, dignified, and intentionally low profile. There were no dramatic headlines, no public spectacle, and no attempt to turn a personal commitment into a media event. From a professional perspective, this choice was highly revealing. At the peak of public interest, when celebrity marriages were often used to amplify fame, Song Il-kook did the opposite. He drew a firm line between his profession and his personal life. His wife was never positioned as a public figure. Their relationship was never used for publicity, and their marriage was never exposed for consumption. This decision reinforced a consistent pattern seen throughout his life. For Song Il-kook, love was not something to be displayed. It was something to be protected. In an industry where personal relationships are often commodified, his marriage stood as a quiet statement. Stability matters more than attention. Privacy matters more than applause. And this foundation would later shape one of the most respected chapters of his life. Fatherhood and family life, a different kind of fame. Fatherhood introduced a new chapter in Song Il-kook's life. He became the father of triplets, an experience that transformed public perception. Through limited appearances and reality programs, audiences saw a man navigating exhaustion, responsibility, and joy with honesty. This was not acting. It was authenticity. Many viewers admired him not for his strength on screen, but for his patience and dedication at home. Career choices after family. Redefining success. After becoming a father, Song Il-kook adjusted his career priorities. He He became selective with projects, choosing balance over constant exposure. He understood that success is not measured only by presence, but by purpose. From a professional standpoint, this reflects maturity. He had already achieved recognition. What mattered next was preservation. Public respect and trust. Why he endures. Song Il-kook is respected not because he stayed everywhere, but because he never betrayed public trust. He maintained consistency, avoided scandal, and honored both his profession and his family. In a fast-changing entertainment landscape, such consistency is rare. Life today. Quiet strength. Today, Song Il-kook lives a life centered on family and meaningful work. He appears selectively, speaks carefully, and continues to embody restraint. His presence remains calm, grounded, and dignified. This phase of his life may not generate headlines, but it carries weight. Legacy and reflection. What Song Il-kook represents. Song Il-kook represents a form of masculinity often forgotten today. Strength without aggression, success without arrogance, fame without excess. He reminds us that being a respected man lasts longer than being a popular one. A message to viewers. If you have admired Song Il-kook on screen, or respected him as a father and a man, this is your moment to speak. Share your thoughts, your memories, your respect. Because some legacies are not built on noise, but on quiet consistency. Thank you for watching.